Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining in this month's Strive webinar, Wellness Without Labels, Embracing Neurodiversity as a Strength. My name is Lexi, and I am joined with Emma and Leah, and we will be your presenters today. Starting off with defining neurodiversity. Now, this neurodiversity is a popular term that is a growing movement. It refers to the natural variation in human brains and cognitive styles. The neurodiversity movement emerged during the 1990s, aiming to increase acceptance and inclusion of all people while embracing the neurological differences. Neurodiversity, it describes the idea that people experience and interact with the world around them in many different ways. There is no one quote unquote right way of thinking, learning, and behaving, and differences are not viewed as deficits. Like a person's fingerprint, no two brains, not even those of identical twins, are exactly the same. And because of that, there's no definition of normal capabilities for the human brain. Under the umbrella of neurodiversity, people fall into two subcategories, neurotypical or neurodivergent. Neurotypical describes people who have standard or typical brain processing and behaviors. Neurotypical people were formerly considered that quote unquote normal, and people who weren't neurotypical were treated as if they had disorders. Neurodivergent, essentially meaning different brain, is a non-medical term that describes a person that has one or more ways in which their brain functions outside of that typical way. For example, neurodivergent people may be diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, previously known as Asperger's syndrome, ADHD, Down syndrome, dyscalculia, dysgraphia, dyslexia, dyspraxia, mental health conditions like bipolar disorder, OCD, Prader-Willi syndrome, sensory process disorder, social anxiety, Tourette's. It can go on and on. But overall, it's important first to remember that we all have unique brains and that differences in brain function and behavior exist along a spectrum. There is no such thing as a neuronormal. So rather than viewing certain neurotypes as normal and others as abnormal, and that differences are not viewed as deficits. And this perspective emphasizes the value of diverse ways of thinking and experiencing the world. And neurodiversity is more common than you might think. Approximately 20% of individuals worldwide fall under the neurodiverse spectrum. This translates into 65.6 million people in the workforce being neurodivergent, and meaning 1 in 5 of your colleagues are neurodiverse. CNBC also reported that the unemployment rate for neurodivergent individuals in the US is as high as 30 to 40%. But on the other hand, research shows that organizations that hire people with disabilities have 28% higher profit revenues, along with higher rates of retention, engagement, and creativity among their workers when compared to their less diverse competitors. And understanding neurodiversity allows us to appreciate the range of conditions that contribute to the spectrum, including some of the most common ASD or autism spectrum disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD, learning disabilities, and Tourette syndrome. ASD is a developmental disorder with 1 in 68 young people are now diagnosed autistic. ASD is characterized by challenges with social interaction, communication, and repetitive behaviors. However, individuals with ASD also often exhibit unique strengths such as attention to detail and a deep focus on specific interests. Famous and arguably world-changing ASD ISDers include Albert Einstein, Anthony Hopkins, Tim Burton, Charles Darwin, Emily Dickinson, Bill Gates, Michelangelo, Sir Isaac Newton, Jerry Seinfeld, Nikola Tesla, Elon Musk, and Henry Ford. ADHD is a neurodevelopmental disorder with a worldwide prevalence estimated around 3.4% in adults. It is around 3 times more common in men and then women, and it affects attention, impulse control, and activity levels. While ADHD can present challenges in certain settings, individuals with ADHD often demonstrate creativity, energy, and problem-solving abilities. Famous ADHDers appear at the top of multiple professions, including Justin Timberlake, Adam Levine, Ryan Gosling, Jamie Oliver, and arguably the world's greatest ever basketball player, legend Michael Jordan. Moving on to learning disabilities, which affect how someone learns or takes in information. About 15% of the US population, or 1 in 7 individuals, have some form of a learning disability. Some examples include dyslexia, which affects a person's ability to read. Dysgraphia affects handwriting and fine motor skills. Dyscalculia, difficulty with math, and dyspraxia, difficulty with coordination. And people with these diagnoses are not unintelligent or incapable of learning. In fact, they often have average or above average intelligence. However, they can benefit from learning in different ways. So, for example, individuals with dyslexia, despite difficulties with reading fluency and comprehension, these individuals often excel in other areas, such as spatial reasoning, creativity, and critical thinking. And some famous dyslexic people include Richard Branson, Steven Spielberg, Keira Knightley, and Muhammad Ali. And Tourette's syndrome is a neurological condition with about 1 in 50 children ages 5 to 14, is characterized by involuntary movements with vocalizations called tics. While tics can be disruptive, many individuals with Tourette syndrome also possess talent and skills, such as heightened sensory perception or a knack for pattern recognition. And some famous people include Howard Hughes, David Beckham, and Mozart. So instead of focusing solely on deficits, it's important to recognize and celebrate the unique strengths and abilities of neurodiverse individuals. Every individual, regardless of their neurotype, brings valuable perspectives and talents to the table. And so highlighting the strengths of neurodiverse individuals will shift the narrative from one of deficits to one of potential and diversity. And this can help reduce fear about the way someone's brain works or how they differ from others, encourage them to see differences as just normal and natural. It can help cultivate that healthy self-esteem and empower to advocate for their needs and feel confident about their unique abilities. So this not only boosts confidence and self-esteem, but it can empower those neurodiverse individuals to thrive in their personal and professional lives. Additionally, by embracing neurodiversity and leveraging the strengths of all individuals, we can foster innovation, creativity, and collaboration in our communities and workplaces. And challenging stigma and misconceptions surrounding neurodiversity opens doors to recognizing and embracing its benefits in fostering inclusion and acceptance. By embracing neurodiversity, it invites individuals with varied ways of thinking and processing information, fostering innovation by integrating unique perspectives and insight. They often employ unconventional problem-solving strategies, offering fresh solutions to challenges that traditional frameworks may overlook. And valuing and leveraging this diversity cultivates that innovation culture, propelling progress. And neurodivergent individuals often possess heightened creativity and those problem-solving skills attributable to their distinct neurocognitive profiles. They excel at thinking outside the box, making novel connections, and approaching problems from unconventional angles. This creative prowess fuels breakthroughs across various fields, from technology and engineering to the arts and humanities. Leveraging the creative potential of neurodiverse individuals unlocks new growth opportunities and drives organizational success. Neurodiversity also enriches the workplace with that diverse tapestry of perspectives and experiences. So, embracing the varied neurotypes, organizations can really benefit from that broader spectrum of viewpoints, insights, and ideas. Again, they can offer those fresh perspectives on issues, challenges, and opportunities, really enhancing discussion and decision-making processes. And this diversity fosters a dynamic, inclusive work environment where every voice matters, leading to innovative solutions and improved outcomes. Also, when we embrace neurodiversity, it nurtures a culture of inclusivity and empathy within organizations and society. Recognizing and respecting the unique abilities and challenges of neurodiverse individuals fosters a sense of belonging and acceptance for all. This approach promotes empathy, understanding, mutual support, fostering stronger connections between individuals and breaking down barriers. So organizations can become more compassionate, cohesive, and resilient, which creates that culture where everyone thrives and succeeds. I'm now going to pass the conversation over to Emma.
Thank you, Lexi. Of course, we cannot embrace neurodiversity without first challenging the stigma. So, neurodiverse individuals often face stigma and discrimination due to misconceptions about their conditions. Society's lack of understanding can lead to prejudice, exclusion, and barriers to opportunities. So by challenging these stigmas, we can create a more compassionate and inclusive environment where neurodiverse individuals feel valued for their unique abilities and contributions. This involves promoting awareness, education, and empathy to replace fear and ignorance with understanding and acceptance. So as we reflect on the challenges faced by neurodiverse individuals, it's important to remember that they could be closer to us than we realize. Whether it's a family member, a friend, a colleague, or even ourselves, neurodiversity touches many lives in various ways. In addition, 50% of neurodiverse people are unaware of it. So by recognizing this closeness or proximity, we can better understand the impact of stigma and discrimination on those around us. Now, to promote the well-being and success of neurodiverse individuals, it's essential to create a supportive environment, whether this be at work, at home, just out and about. This involves making accommodations and fostering a sense of community and belonging. Providing accommodations and ensuring accessibility allows for removal of barriers and the promotion of inclusion. This may include adjustments in the physical environment, technology, communication styles, or scheduling to accommodate the needs of neurodiverse individuals. By implementing these accommodations, organizations can create environments where everyone can fully participate and thrive. Additionally, advocacy efforts are instrumental in raising awareness, challenging discrimination, and promoting inclusivity for neurodiverse individuals. Advocates play a pivotal role in amplifying the voices of neurodiverse individuals, advocating for their rights, and pushing for greater accessibility across all facets of society. These efforts focus on raising awareness, debunking myths and misconceptions, and fostering understanding and acceptance. This includes engaging in public education campaigns, organizing awareness-raising events, and disseminating accurate information about different conditions and experiences. Now, coming back to accommodations, here are some examples of accommodations that can be made in various areas to support neurodiverse individuals. So when we're looking at the physical environment, we can consider providing a quiet or low stimulation workspace for individuals who are sensitive to noise or distractions. We can also allow flexible seating arrangements like standing desks or using stability balls or fidget stools. Having visual supports like color-coded labels, maps, visual schedules, this can help enhance organization and clarity. Looking at technology, we can provide assistive technology tools like screen readers, speech-to-text software, or dictation software for individuals with dyslexia or other reading difficulties. We can also utilize noise-canceling headphones or ambient sound machines to reduce sensory overload in those noisy environments. In the workplace, we can offer ergonomic keyboards, mice, or other devices that can accommodate motor coordination challenges. Looking at communication styles, some accommodations can include offering written instructions or visual aids in addition to verbal instructions. We can also provide clear and direct communication, avoiding ambiguous language or idioms that may be confusing for some individuals. We can also allow for alternative forms of communication, like email or instant messaging, for individuals who may prefer written communication over verbal interactions. When we're scheduling, we can be accommodating by allowing flexible work hours or telecommuting options. We can provide advance notice of schedule changes or transitions to help individuals prepare and adjust. And of course, we should be offering breaks or designated quiet spaces for individuals to decompress and recharge as needed. Now, I want to note that it's important that everyone is different and no accommodations are one size fits all. Building a supportive community allows for fostering a sense of belonging, connection, and validation among neurodiverse individuals, providing invaluable opportunities for mutual understanding, encouragement, and growth. Peer support groups bring together individuals who share similar experiences, challenges, and triumphs. These groups offer a safe and understanding environment where neurodiverse individuals can connect with others who truly understand their perspectives and experiences. Through sharing stories, strategies, and insights, members of peer support groups offer each other empathy, encouragement, and also just practical advice. Next, looking at mentorship programs. So these programs pair neurodiverse individuals with mentors who have similar lived experiences or who have successfully navigated similar challenges. Mentors provide guidance, encouragement, support as mentees work towards their goals and aspirations. So these kinds of relationships can offer opportunities for learning, growth, personal development, as mentors share their knowledge, skills, and wisdom while also providing a listening ear and a source of inspiration. Lastly, community networks bring together neurodiverse individuals, their families, allies, and advocates to share resources, information, and support. These networks may include local organizations, credible online forums, social media groups, and different advocacy groups that are dedicated to promoting neurodiversity acceptance and inclusion. By connecting with others who share common goals and values, neurodiverse individuals can access a wealth of knowledge, support, and encouragement. These community networks also serve as platforms for advocacy, awareness raising, and collective action, amplifying the voices of neurodiverse individuals and driving positive change. I will now be passing this off to Leah, who's going to talk about different strategies for inclusion.
Thank you, Emma. So first, to kind of get into education and awareness, these initiatives are essential for promoting understanding and empathy and acceptance of neurodiversity. By providing accurate information, challenging stereotypes, and promoting inclusive attitudes and behavior, we can cultivate a culture of inclusivity and respect. Educational campaigns and resources play a crucial role in debunking myths and misconceptions surrounding neurodiverse conditions. By offering accurate and up-to-date information about various neurodivergent traits and experiences, we can deepen understanding and reduce stigma and discrimination. Education also involves challenging stereotypes and preconceived notions about neurodiverse individuals. By highlighting the diverse strengths, talents, and contributions of all, we can shift perceptions and foster a more positive and inclusive attitude towards neurodiversity. Promoting inclusive attitudes and behaviors is really key here. Education and awareness efforts emphasize the importance of promoting inclusive attitudes and behaviors towards neurodiverse individuals. This entails fostering empathy, respect, and acceptance, as well as advocating for equal rights and opportunities for all. There are a few different aspects of training programs for employers and educators that help promote an inclusive environment. Training programs should do a few different things here. They should provide educators and employers with a deeper understanding of various neurodiverse conditions, including their characteristics, strengths, challenges, and potential accommodations that might be needed. This knowledge equips them with the tools and strategies needed to support neurodiverse individuals effectively. It is also key here to promote inclusive practices in hiring, education, and workplace culture. This includes strategies for fostering diversity, equity, and inclusion, such as unbiased recruitment and hiring processes, promoting neurodiversity acceptance, and understanding and creating a supportive and inclusive work environment where all individuals feel valued and respected. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on your own understanding of neurodiversity and ask yourself the following question. What biases or misconceptions do you hold about neurodiverse individuals, and how can you change them? This is just something to keep in mind moving forward throughout our time overall in life and just in the workforce in general. The first step to finding out if you or someone you care for are neurodivergent is to talk to your healthcare provider. If you are looking for some other resources, there are definitely a variety of different things that are out there. If you are looking for resources on supporting young adults and students, you can visit the Neurodiversity Hub by scanning the QR code or visiting neurodiversityhub.org. Or for parents and professionals that are looking for different resources, you can find books, social media groups, podcasts, and websites, or just follow people that may be going through something similar to you. You can visit the centerforconnection.org or scan the QR code on the screen. And that is all that we have for you for this month's webinar. Thank you all so much for joining, and be sure to join us on May 29th to talk about gardening for your well-being. You can feel free to scan the QR code to register, but we look forward to presenting for you then.